In the middle of Rome stands a concrete dome poured almost 1900 years ago. It has no steel inside. No rebar, no tension cables, no hidden skeleton. Meanwhile, modern concrete structures crumble to the ground after just a few decades. For centuries, engineers called Roman concrete a lost miracle. The truth is stranger. The recipe was never really lost. It was buried under volcanic ash in a city that died in a single afternoon. In December 2025, archaeologists opened that grave and found the answer, frozen mid-batch, waiting for 2,000 years. This is the story of how Rome built things that outlived the empire itself, and why we still can't. Start with the numbers. The Pantheon's dome spans 142 feet, finished around the year 128. At all them post-many longer persons than were parentheses. Nearly 19 centuries later, it is still the largest unreinforced concrete dome on Earth. Nothing modern has beaten it. Meanwhile, some modern concrete structures have crumbled to the ground after barely a few decades of service. So what did Roman builders know that we don't? The answer starts with how much Rome gambled on this single material. The Romans called it opus cementium. With it they raised the Colosseum, public baths, bridges, and aqueducts across the empire. My Oliver's film has risen. Some of those aqueducts still deliver water to the city of Rome today, 2,000 years after they were built. But the material's real superpower revealed itself at the coastline. Roman concrete could harden underwater. That let engineers pour entire harbors and breakwaters straight into the sea. Infrastructure no rival civilization could match. Seawater should have chewed those harbors apart within a generation. Instead, something in the mix seemed to fight back. Hold that thought, because it becomes the heart of this story. First, the dome. The Pantheon's builders graded their mix, layering lighter volcanic stone toward the crown, so the dome grows lighter as it climbs. At the very top, they left a 27-foot hole, the oculus, the apex. Apex is built from the lightest material of all, air. Emperor Hadrian finished it and kept his predecessor, Agrippa's name, in bronze on the front. The building needed no signature. Rome clearly mastered this material completely, which makes what happened next almost unbelievable. The world forgot how they did it. Friendly man. We did have an instruction manual. In the 1st century BC, the architect Vitruvius wrote down how to make concrete. His treatise, De Architectura, said to use slaked lime, limestone that is heated, then carefully soaked with water before mixing. For centuries, that text was treated as the definitive recipe. There was just one problem. The ruins disagreed with it. Scattered through ancient Roman walls, researchers kept finding small white mineral chunks that should not exist if Vitruvius was right. They are called lime clasts. Generations of scholars dismissed them as sloppy mixing, proof that even Roman workers cut corners. Think about that assumption. The people whose buildings survived 2,000 years were being graded as careless by ours. An engineer at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, Admir Masick, grew suspicious of that story. If the clasts were mistakes, why were they everywhere? In walls, harbors, and monuments that refused to die. What if the flaw was not a flaw? What if those white chunks were the entire point? In 2023, his team tested that idea on a 2,000-year-old city wall, and the wall answered. wall stood in Privernum, in central Italy. Massic's team analyzed its lime clasts down to the mineral chemistry. The results pointed to a radically different recipe. Not slaked lime, quicklime. Raw, heated limestone violently react. In this method, called hot mixing, quicklime meets volcanic ash and water, igniting a chemical reaction that produces intense heat. That heat traps unreacted lime clasts throughout the concrete like tiny sealed capsules, waiting. Then the magic. When a crack forms and water seeps in, the water dissolves the lime inside the crack. The dissolved mineral flows into the fracture, dries, and recrystallizes, sealing the crack shut from the inside. Roman concrete heals itself. Every crack becomes a wound that closes. The building maintains its own body. Remember those harbors the sea could not destroy? This is why. The water attacking the concrete was also repairing it. It was a stunning claim, and skeptics had a fair objection. One wall in one town proves one wall. Proving the Romans did this everywhere required something nearly impossible: catching ancient workers in the act of mixing. Quote, "In the year 79, Mount Vesuvius erupted and buried the Roman city of Pompeii under volcanic ash. That ash was a catastrophe and a preservative. It sealed the city exactly as it stood for nearly 2,000 years. In one corner of the ruins, a district called Regio 9, a house was caught in the middle of a renovation. Excavators first probed the site in the late 1880s, then stopped. Digging only resumed in 2023. What they found was a construction site frozen mid-job. Unfinished walls, roof tiles, tools for weighing and measuring materials. And in one room, piles of dry premixed mortar, volcanic ash blended with granules of quicklime, waiting for water. There it was, not slaked lime, quicklime. The hot mixing recipe, sitting in piles, caught in the act. Massic said, studying it felt like traveling back in time, standing beside the workers as they mixed. The study, published in Nature Communications in December 2025, called it the clearest evidence yet of Roman mixing method. It even suggested Vitruvius' famous manual was already outdated when Vesuvius erupted. The Romans kept innovating past their own textbook. Which drags us back to the uncomfortable question. If Rome cracked self-healing concrete, why do our structures crumble? Modern concrete gains strength from steel reinforcement and inherits its fatal weakness. Steel rusts. Rust expands. Concrete shatters from within. The Pantheon contains no steel at all. Nothing inside it can corrode. Its geometry keeps the whole dome in compression. Economics matters too. Modern builders optimize for speed and initial cost, not for standing proudly in the year 4000. And luck played a part. In the year 609, the Pantheon became a church, protecting it through centuries of scavenging. Massic says these principles can inform next-generation durable, low-carbon concretes that heal themselves. Imagine bridges that seal their own cracks, seawalls that endure salt water, infrastructure that quietly maintains itself for centuries. The Romans did not have our science. They had generations of trial, error, and observation, and they wrote the results in stone. And here is the part that should keep archaeologists up at night. Roughly 1/3 of Pompeii has never been excavated. Whatever else the Romans knew is still down there, sealed in ash, waiting. Next time, the dome